probably wondering how I got here. Well, let me explain. First off, I will introduce myself, since it's rude if I don't. My name is Mohandas Gandhi. It all started during the Great War, when Asians and the imperial powers had disagreements. India, being one of the nations in Asia who had this problem, wanted to be an independent nationalist country. When nationalism touched foot in India, the British were scared that they wouldn't have any power upon us, creating a European system of education which had political and social values of European society. This enlightened Indian nationalists even more, since European social values had to do with democracy, individual freedom, and equality. This was one of the reasons why Indian nationalists supported Britain in the Great War. They became more and more enlightened, which made Indians want separation with Britain. In 1855, the Indian National Congress is founded, which was an association against Britain, and so was the Muslim League. Both organizations were trying to get the independence for India. But the Muslim League, which was established in 1906, was afraid that Hindu rule would cause enslavement upon the Muslim minority and that it would be an unfair rule. During the Great War, many people in India were using many nationalist ideas and were gaining lots of knowledge upon self-government. In response, Britain decreased materials and items which led to violence and disorder all over India. This is where I come. I am mostly known for allowing nationalism to happen and to give India its independence from Great Britain. I wanted equality for everyone, and spoke for the common people. I had a unique mixture of spirituality and political activism, which appealed to most of the Indian population. I became a political and spiritual leader and many people's Mahatma, or great soul. I attracted many middle to lower class followers, especially because I wanted to improve all the lower and middle class society. I began to make a quick change, to remove everything from British government in a non-violent way. The British Parliament finally allowed us to self-govern with the Government of India Act. It allowed us to have self-governing legislative bodies in provinces of British India, two-chambered national legislature, and the formation of an executive arm under the control of British government. It went into effect in 1937. The India Act didn't work though, mainly because Muslims feared that Hindus would rule the national legislature. Since Muslims and Hindus already had conflict during the Great Depression, it continued on after as well. Both economic discrimination such as Muslims constituting the majority of indebted farmers to Hindus, and not being able to be as equal as Hindus made Muslims want a separate state. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who's an eloquent and brilliant lawyer who headed the Muslim League, had warned that a unified India would be a threat to both the Muslim faith and their Indian community. He proposed two states, Pakistan and India. Nehru, who dominated Indian politics with the Congress, tried to negotiate with Jinnah for power sharing and to become allied politicians, yet failed. In 1947, India was finally split into two. Nehru was elected as independent India's first prime minister. After this separation into two nations, it caused many refugee crisis and violence. Many South Asians went to Britain, since they were in need of jobs and there are many factories there. Many also went to Britain due to difference in religion beliefs. Just after the partition of India in 1947, the Kashmir conflict began. It was a territorial conflict for Kashmir. The fight happened because the state's population was mainly Muslims, yet it was ruled by Hindu Maharaja Hari Singh. Singh decided to stay independent, yet Pakistan wanted Kashmir for themselves, no matter if they had to use force upon Kashmir. Muhammad Ali Jinnah wrote a letter to the Maharaja Singh promising everything and by trying to persuade the state's prime minister. They also organized attacks to Kashmir. The division of Kashmir and Pakistan started violence between Muslims due to Pakistan wanting to attack the region. Sadly, this conflict is still happening. With your help, we can try to make peace and we can make Kashmir a free state. Not only that, but we can stop the Indian and Pakistan conflicts. Thank you very much, and Namaste.